Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? My name is Tay, and welcome back to my channel, Inspire Me, where I talk about current or relatable topics, all from a godly perspective. And today's topic is called, have you completed the purification process? Now, pretty much what made me talk about this, a few weeks ago, I don't know if I read this in the book. I think I was thinking about this scenario because I read it a couple of times before, and it just was something that was like kept replaying in my head. Now, before I get to the go-to scripture, we're going to talk about the scripture before that, which is the book of Esther, the first chapter. Now, if you're not familiar with that chapter, let me just give you a brief summarization before I go to scripture. Now, in the first chapter, it talks about a queen, her name being Queen Vashti, and her husband, he was a king. His name was King, if I'm pronouncing it right, Ahasuerus, I think. And Ahasuerus, they were having like a feast, a get together, and he wanted his queen Vashti to show off her beauty because she was very beautiful to look upon, and he wanted her to, pretty much just show her beauty off to all his friends, everybody that was in the court. And Queen Vashti pretty much denied his request. You feel me? She didn't come. She didn't want to, show forth her beauty. And, as you keep reading the story, that was wasn't known, especially back then, for a woman to deny her husband, to pretty much tell him no, don't do what he wants you to do, you feel me? And by her doing that, she lost her place as being as being queen. And later on, you find out that Queen Esther, she became queen. So before I get to that, I was thinking about that. And of course, when I hear the scenario several times, when I hear it over a period of time, I was thinking I'm that person too, was like, okay, if I was married, if my husband, or not just my husband, if a boyfriend in the past would tell me, oh, let people see your beauty, I would feel some type of way. I wouldn't say, oh, that's so good, that's so nice, he think I'm beautiful, he want to show my beauty to his friends. I would think okay, that's all I'm good for, just my beauty, I ain't got nothing else to show forth. And then my answer would have been, nah, I'm good, I'm straight. I would have denied it too. So that's in myself. I was having God, I know a lot of people, speak about Queen Vashti, denying her husband and not wanting to show her beauty. But yeah, you're going to have to give me a deeper revelation, because I probably would have did the same thing. You feel me? So I said, I'll be obedient and, go along with, the scenario in the Bible, because it was frowned upon by her denying her husband. So I said, okay, I'll still, I'll do what the word says, and, so I just couldn't let this feeling over my head. I just kept replaying it in my head. So it's I don't know if it was the next day, or it could have been a few hours later. It's God gave me a deeper revelation. Like I said, when I think about certain things, it's God will break it down to me to let me know, okay, why or why not he feels a certain way. So when he broke it down, I was like, oh, I get it now. Now, the go-to scripture is actually going to be Esther, the second chapter, verse, I just had it. Okay, I'm going to read verse 12, so it's verse 12 through 16, but I'm just going to read 12, 15, and 16. Alright, so Esther, the second chapter, verse 12, 15, and 16. Alright, I'm not going to turn it this time to the book, I don't think. One second. Maybe I am. So I don't need y'all all look at the maps. Alright, one second, y'all. Alright, so let me start reading. And it says, now when every maid was come to go into the king Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women For so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wit 6 months with oil and mirth, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things from the purifying of the women. Now let me just stop. Okay. 1 second. Okay, we go. Okay, it says about the process that she had. It was 12 months that Esther, in order for her to be prepared to be queen, she had to pretty much go through a process of 12 months. So I wasn't even planning on, reading about that. But when I read it, it's like something God spoke to me. It said, okay, 12 months. So I automatically assumed that I had 12 months, which is a year, in order for my process. In order for my process to get my desires, my heart desires. For her, it had to be for her to be queen, but for me to receive my godly desires. All right, let me read verse 15. Now, when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was come to go in unto the king, she required nothing but what Hegai, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the women, appointed. And Esther obtained favor in the sight of all them that looked upon her. Now, there were many women that auditioned for that part. I'm pretty sure a lot of them was beautiful. But Queen Esther, she was also beautiful. You feel me? And she received favor for everybody that looked upon her. So it's like God was telling me, you're going to receive favor with all men, with many men. Not just because of your beauty, but your outer beauty, but your inner beauty. You feel me? I called you to have favor. All right, verse 16. So Esther was taken unto King Ahasuerus, and to his house royal in the 10th month, which is the month of Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign. All right, let me turn the camera back to me.